Welcome to EPG Pathshala. I am Selva Kumar. I am from Department of Maritime History and Marine Archaeology, Tamil University, Tanjavur. Today we are going to see about the methods of recording and excavation. The title of the paper is Principles and Methods of Archaeology. The module concerns recording and archaeological excavation. Recording is a very important part of an excavation. Now, let us look into the learning objectives of this particular module. Introduction on the methods of documentation, understanding the documentation procedures. What are the various requirements for the documentations? Tools and implements required, locus-based documentation, site notebook, trench notebook, antiquity register, ceramic register, photography, digital documentation, documentation of soil, architectural plans and top plans. So these are the learning objectives of this particular module. Now let's see what is an archaeological excavation. Already we have seen and discussed so much about archaeological excavation. Let us recapture what is an excavation. Excavation is a systematic process of digging of natural and cultural layers. To document, we need to highlight the word document here. Understand and recover the material remains, ecofacts, and to collect information on their context. This information is very important. Only with this we can interpret about the past human behavior and the cultures on the whole. What is recording? Recording refers to the complete and thorough documentation of an excavation. It is basically capturing data about the material culture and its context. Context is a very important term in archaeology. More than the material culture, its context has to be recorded. Both material culture and context are important for the interpretation. Text description of features, sediments, layers and their composition, that is also part of recording. Photography of various features, because photography is so important, without which we can't understand an archaeological site and an excavation. Line drawing of various features, top plan of layers and loci, or actually they are activity areas, and section drawings. So these kind of recordings are very important for a particular excavation. Otherwise the excavation will be incomplete. Now let's look into the research problem. Why the research problem comes here in an excavation? Research problem is an important component of an excavation, which we already talked about so much. The recording of an excavation is related to the research problem. Future use and heritage management and post-excavation plan. These are the important factors that can influence the recording. So this would require different kinds of methods of recording. Salvage excavation would need more detailed recording, especially if the structures excavated are to be relocated in another area. Suppose we are salvaging a particular archaeological site because of some developmental project, then we are planning to lift the entire brick structure or other monument to another area, then the recording procedure will be different. Each part of the monument, each brick structure, each bricks in the structure or each stones in the monument, they have to be numbered properly so that it can be relocated and reconstructed. That is why I said recording is very much related to the problem and objective of a particular excavation. What are the tools and implements? We cannot record without tools. Tools and implements are very important. Notebooks and registers, they are very important for writing detailed description. Then data sheets. Data sheets are more organized ways of collecting information. Drawing equipment, we need sometime drawing equipment to prepare drawing. Then mapping tools, we need certain tools for preparing map. For example, total station as you see in this particular image. Then we need different types of camera. camera for close-up of object, camera for a better view from top view or aerial view. Then we need computer. Sometime we may have to enhance the photograph and also store the data that we are collecting each day. Then we need photo register, and then we need a sample register. We have to collect a number of samples during the excavation. Then we have to register them properly so that they can be studied later. We need different kinds of tape measures, a number of other tools. We need a GPS or global positioning system so that the precise coordinate of a particular trench or different trenches and the localities can be recorded. Then we need Munsell soil color chart that helps us to accurately describe the soil and sediment. Then we need another color chart, general color chart. Suppose we are describing the beads. Then we need scales of various size for photo documentation. In archaeological photography, we need to place a scale adjacent to the object that is photographed. So we need all these kinds of tools, and what you see in this particular image is an advanced 3D documentation. There are several other implements, modern implements are available. They help you to document archaeological features in a 3D format. This particular image shows a Leica geosystem that is used for contemporary purpose for documenting. The same thing can be also used in archaeological context. We have another image here that shows a 3D documentation scanner. This is also used for contemporary purpose. Similar tools can be used nowadays for documenting an archaeological excavation, not just photograph. These kind of tools are very advanced. They can be very accurate. Although it involves a lot of cost, I'm sure in future people will be using such advanced tools. Now, what are the other documentary procedure? Apart from these gadget and the equipment and advanced methods and computer and software, the fundamental documentation of an excavation depends upon the archaeologist. Though we have number of tools and other materials, a person or a trench supervisor who is excavating has to observe. A human eye or mind or cognition cannot be replaced by a machine as of now. Maybe in future we may have some advancement, but as of now, human observation or archaeologist eye or a trained excavator is very important for documenting the various features that are excavated. There are different kinds of excavation methods adopted by people, and people choose their own method for documentation. So the fundamental documentation revolves around trench notebook or locus data sheet. Nowadays, scholars use data sheets extensively for documenting various features of an excavation. Here, in this particular slide, we see locus-based data system and the kind of documentation required. What is locus-based data system? Actually, it is a system in which the context is recorded. Locus-based method involves the excavation of activity areas. What is a locus? Locus is actually a Latin word. It refers to a place. Its plural is loci, which also refers to multiple areas. In a trench, any kind of feature, a soil sediment, a pottery cluster, an architectural feature, or a small wall or a pit, anything can be a locus. Each one is given a specific number, and then its size and its dimension, characteristic features, kinds of material that are found within this, they are all properly recorded. So they decide on a data sheet in advance so that they are very clear when you excavate what kind of details to be excavated. Once this is designed according to the problem of the excavation, the trench supervisor can easily fill in the data sheets. In this method, the contexts are demarcated based on the color of the soil, composition and content. Based on these factors, a locus is demarcated. In this method, data sheets are mainly used to document the information from the trenches. We have a standard data sheet in which we can record a number of parameters. But in addition, the trench notebooks need to be maintained for detailed description. As I said, the description is very important. When you excavate, you need to observe whatever you see, whatever is your impression, and you have to record them logically, and you have to mention why you are interpreting particular feature in a particular manner, why you are attributing. For example, if you say a particular pit was used for sacred purpose, you have to explain the logic. It should be based on the findings. Therefore, this running description of the impression of the excavator is very important. It cannot be replaced by camera or any advanced tool. That is why running description is the most important component of archaeological recording. Here in this particular image, we see the data sheet of a locus-based excavation. Here on the top, we have a small box in which we write the serial number of the particular locus, and also we write the trench name. Then we write its Munsell color and the number. Munsell is actually a color chart that is used for describing the soil. Then we have a description to be written here and the rough sketch of that. Then for each locus, we measure the horizontal extent and also its top level and bottom level. These features are very important, and also we describe the nature of the soil, whether it is of clay, whether it is sand or sand mixed with clay, clay mixed with sand. All the details are completely captured in this particular data sheet. Then the next part of documentation is Harris matrix. This particular matrix was developed by Edward Harris, who found this particular system very useful for conveying the relationship between various loci or various features. This is actually produced in a graphic format with a number of grid. When you look at them, it looks scary. Actually, if you look in detail, it is very simple to understand. In this particular system, the relationship between various loci are conveyed in the form of a Harris matrix. The Harris matrix involves a square box and with a number in it. The number refers to the particular features. We have a line above and below the box. Suppose if you have a loci, if you have several loci or a locus above, then it has corresponding lines touching the locus above. Suppose let's say locus 2 is above, locus 3 is below, and they are touching, then you will have two boxes specifying 2 and 3, and then there will be a line. Suppose if one locus has many loci below, then we will have different boxes and the numbers and then lines touching them. So this method is very simple. It helps understand the relationship between various loci so that we can really understand the relationship. Actually, excavation is about understanding the relationship between various features and various excavated components. Suppose if you have a soil layer and if you have a building, we need to know the relationship between them, whether the soil layer is earlier or the building is later, whether the soil layer lies on top of it or it is beneath that. So we need to observe these features minutely. If we have a particular pit, we also have to relate it with the neighboring layers and loci. That is very important. Only when we do, we can understand and interpret about human beings. Therefore, this particular Harris matrix is very important. Excavation documentation. Then what are the other requirements? We have site notebook. Site notebook is about the documentation of activities in a site. This applies to the general site. This notebook will have data on the various trenches that are excavated, various localities that are found within the site, trench names, names of various trenches, geo coordinates, latitude and longitude, datum points, where exactly particular trench is located, how far it is from the main datum point or additional datum points that we number as A, B, C. So this data is very important so that after the excavation, if somebody comes to the site after say 10 years or 15 years, they can identify where people have excavated already. Therefore, these details are very important. Then the logic behind choosing a particular site for a trench, that also need to be explained in this particular site notebook. Normally, the excavation director maintains this particular site notebook. It is not necessary that you have to have a notebook, but you have to record these details somewhere so that it is easily accessible in future. Most of the time what happens is the publication reports will not have all these details. The basic documentation records are very important that can be used by people in future. Trench notebook, this is another important descriptive documentation method. Trench notebook is like a running commentary of layers. It will have all the details, features and architecture found in a trench. So it is like a cricket commentary. We have to write whatever happens in the trench when the excavation is going on. Every detail, even if you find a rodent hole, if you find a big roots, any kind of natural cultural activity that is reflected in the trench, that has to be recorded. This notebook will record details such as layers, the layers that are found are locus or loci, sediments, soil color with Munsell color reading, its nature and composition and all the features, date of excavation. Here we describe the activities date wise. In this particular date, what we did, how many centimeters we excavated, what are the loci that we excavated, strategy, what type of strategy we are adopting while excavating, what type of sieve is used, and what are the interpretation and discussion that people have within the trench, how they interpret a particular features. Sketch map, sometime you can also make sketch map of things that you see immediately before proceeding further, because it is not possible to photograph each and every movement unless we have a permanent camera above the trench recording everything. This is also possibility that we can adopt in archaeological excavation, like fix a camera permanently and record everything in a particular trench that is happening. And then we have the next important register called antiquity register. Antiquity register is also important for legal matters. According to the Indian government laws, the antiquities have to be registered from an excavation. They have a standard format for recording the antiquity details. The antiquity register will have a basic minimum details, but that may not be useful for later on research. At least the minimum data has to be captured in an antiquity register. So the antiquities of an excavation would be registered in this particular antiquity register. It will have serial number, it will have the type of the object and the material and its dimension and its context, date and everything. Then we have ceramic register. Ceramic register is also very important, so that the entire ceramic that is found according to the context and locus, they are documented, and then they are classified. What kind of ceramic is excavated? You may find 3-4 types of ceramics. The ceramic specialist would classify the excavated ceramic material, wash them and group them into various categories and record various features. Nowadays it is very important to record the count as well as the weight. Sometimes people discard the body shards after the excavation, so therefore it is very important that we need to document all the ceramics properly. Photography, good photography is very important. Excavation, after excavation you cannot see the site, everything is gone. You remove the soil layers and everything is gone. So therefore you need to document by photography everything that you excavated. This can be done at different level. Sometimes we need a very micro photography, sometimes you need a photography of overall nature and people working in the trench. Everything has to be documented. Now we have also aerial photography. We have small aerial photography drone that helps us to take aerial photography. Therefore photography at different angle is very important. We also need to maintain a photo register. You may photograph particular feature, then after some time when you want to look at it, you may not know what it is. Therefore, you have to keep a particular marker within the photograph, what it is, in which day it was excavated. which site it is. So when we have all these details in the photograph itself, it is easy to identify them later on. So we should not depend upon our memory for identifying photographs. In this particular photograph, you see here two scales lying near the structure. Photography with scale is very important so that we can understand its relative measure, and also the area has to be cleaned very properly. In this particular image, we see a photograph of Hastinapur bullock cart in front of the mound. On the right side, you see a small aerial drone. So now the photography is so advanced, I think we should make use of these tools to get very accurate photography of a particular site. Here you see another photograph of Arkimedu where people working. So apart from a proper photograph, we can also take photograph when people are working. That will give different perspectives how we are excavating. Certain photographs have to be taken without people in it, and especially those which are required for publication. Digital documentation, digital images are also gaining ground nowadays. Nowadays people put everything on WhatsApp or Facebook, and apart from that, digital documentation is also very important. We also need to create database Excel sheets. They can be done on computer. We can also create online databases, and scanning of the excavation related documentations, that is also very important. We can use software for all these purposes so that the excavation data becomes easily accessible. Documentation of soil and soil sediments, that is also very important. We need to have a proper record of the sediments, and also we need to have proper record of the color, composition, soil pH and other parameters, and also we need to collect soil samples and various other materials that we are collecting. Therefore, sample register is also very important in an archaeological documentation. What do you see in this particular image is Munsell color chart that is used by archaeologists across the world for documenting soil color. This can be a very accurate method. Instead of we describing the color of the soils red or blue or green or whatever. So these kind of standard charts can be used for accurate description of soil as well as ceramic. Architectural plans and top plans, they are also equally important. Though you have photographs may not sometimes convey the features more accurately. Therefore, proper top plans have to be prepared, and the architectural features, they are better seen in line drawings. Even other features like burials or pots, jars, pottery clusters, everything can be done in line drawing. Nowadays, we can also use software for this particular purpose. Section drawing, what you see here is a section. Section is actually the cut portion of a trench. After excavation, you will see four sections in a particular trench, whether square or rectangular trench. Here we see various soil layers. They can be drawn using a line drawing. You see another map here. Here also you have a section, and different conventions are used here to indicate whether soil is sandy or clayey or sand mixed with clay. So they can easily highlight the nature of soil deposit that are found in a particular site. Here there is another method of documenting sections. Instead of line drawing, sometimes we can use digital photograph and mark the lines on the top of it. Sometime in the name of section drawings, we create artificial lines. Therefore, photography can be very accurate. Ethnography and local documentation, apart from the site and excavation, we also need to know what is happening in the area around the site, in a particular excavated site, and the cultural documentation is very important. Local cultural way of life and local environmental factors, they can also be documented. They can offer clue to the interpretation of the past and what kinds of processes happening in a particular site. So therefore, this particular documentation is also very important. Archaeological archiving, safekeeping of material, that is also very important, and we need to keep the records as well as the material, and we need to properly manage them, and so that we can recover them later for future use. Therefore, archaeological archiving and maintaining all these details are very important for future research. Human resource. Now let us look into the human resource required for various purpose. we need a number of people for documenting. This will require several people and also trained people. Especially we have trench supervisor and trench assistants. These are the important people who will be documenting the activities in a particular trench. Sometimes the excavation director may not be there to document everything. So everything depends upon the trench supervisor. Nowadays, in some of the excavation, the trench supervisors are asked to give a detailed report. Therefore, their role is very important. They are responsible for the maintenance of the trench documentation. They should maintain trench notebook, data sheet, top plans and photography. Though we have a specialist photographer, it is better for the trench supervisor to take as many photographs, even if they are crude, possible, so that the data features can be interpreted later. And also data of relevant materials have to be collected, and finally the trench supervisor is responsible for the trench report. Trench assistants are the people who are helping the trench supervisor in a particular excavation. Sometimes they can also supervise the trench workers. They are also very important. They can assist the trench supervisor in the interpretation. So they should be also very aware of what is happening in the particular trench. And photographer and videographer, they are also very important, because an excavator or the director or the trench supervisor cannot do all that, because when the excavation is going on, they have to be inside the trench. So therefore, they have to give this job to the trained specialist who will be documenting everything professionally, and they will be maintaining proper photo register, video register, including the context and location and everything. So these data can be used by people later on for interpretation. Surveyors are also very important for surveying and mapping the site, and they have to prepare various top plan. They have to maintain the geo coordinates. Nowadays they use advanced methods like AutoCAD for drawing. So these kind of tools are also very important, and surveyors can do this job better than any of the directors. Sometimes some of the excavators are multi-talented. They do all these kinds of jobs when they don't have much human resource. And what I am trying to highlight, the important component. Sometimes one person can do 2 or 3 jobs, like multitasking. Instead of having a separate videographer and photographer, we can have one person doing both, depending upon the resources of the excavation. Then we have drafts person and the person who prepares the section drawing and top plan, and they are also very important. They should have some understanding of archaeology, and also they should have some artistic skills, especially when we have number of pottery coming up from an excavation. They have to be drawn for publication. Now they are using a lot of software for these drawings. Therefore, a draftsperson is very important for an archaeological excavation. Sometimes trained PhD students or research scholars can be used for these purpose. Now what you see here is a top plan from Inamgon. You can see that this particular image is very clear. It tells us the shape of the building and the post holes. See, let's look at the photograph. If you look at the photograph, we will not have the same clarity of the detail. Therefore, line drawings are very important in an archaeological excavation. Antiquity registrar, already we talked about antiquity register. We need a separate person who each day documents all the antiquities or artifacts that are recovered from an excavation, and also they keep them safely in a proper cover with a proper label. Another important thing is the excavated materials have to be properly labeled, and they should be put in a proper cover so that they will not be mixed up. Sometimes what happens, when you write a label of a particular object, if you use a very poor quality ink and if you keep them to the sunlight, everything is lost. Therefore, we need to use a very good quality permanent ink for writing the labels. It also always happens when you write the labels on pottery bags and keep it in sunlight for 1 week or 10 days, everything disappears. So it is very important that we use permanent ink and write all the details properly when we put the excavated material in a cover. Otherwise, we will be losing all these materials. So we need to take minute care in every aspect of documentation in a particular trench. Ceramic specialist, we can have several specialists, and ceramic specialist is inevitable in an archaeological site, especially from the historical and protohistoric period. They need to document the ceramics, and they have to maintain the ceramic register, and also they have to store the ceramic materials properly, and they have to decide what to be selected, what to be discarded. In most of the excavations, people do not collect everything. They discard the body shirts. Sometimes they select shirts and rim shirts. So this is something to do with the policy that has to be discussed and decided, and then a proper strategy has to be adopted for selecting and documentation of the ceramics. Other specialists, we can involve a number of specialists in an excavation. They will have their own documentation. Sometimes it is not possible to have all the specialists in an excavation camp. Therefore, the director and the trench supervisor and other specialists have to work on to contact the other specialists who may be located away and get their inputs and feedback so that the documentation can be done properly. We have physical anthropologists who may not be at the site, geologists, metal specialists, archaeological archivists. We have to have all these people so that the material that are excavated from the sites are documented properly. Then, and the most important aspect is an impression. When we excavate a site, it is always in fragments and small pieces. So we need to reconstruct the way of life at a particular site. In this particular map, we are seeing the site of Lothal and dockyards reconstructed. Again, it is only an artist impression. This is also very important. It can be part of archaeological interpretation. We can invite an artist and allow them to interpret a particular archaeological feature as they see it. For this, we can use ethnographic input and also ethno-archaeological inputs. Now, let us look into the summary of this module. Recording is an important component of excavation, as the popular saying refers to excavation as documented destruction. Excavation is called a documented destruction. This we should remember. So when we are excavating, we are destroying everything, but documentation is going to remain forever. So that has to be done very properly. Different forms of recording are important in the archaeological excavation: site notebook, trench notebook, antiquity register, ceramic register, maps, top plans, and section drawings are very important. They are very important for the archaeological excavation. Data sheets are nowadays used for documenting the excavation, but detailed documentation in a site notebook is also very important. Sometimes we tend to write very less in a notebook, in a data sheet. Therefore, we should use a site notebook, and also even if we are using a notebook, we need to write more. When we excavate, there should be more description of things. So if you are limiting your description, you are not describing in detail. Therefore, writing in very detailed manner is very important for archaeological excavation, and writing logically and scientifically accurate information, not imagination. Any conclusions should be based on logic and research methodology. Various tools such as camera, video camera, 3D imaging devices, and computers and softwares are very essential for documentation. We can use them. Digital database, digitization of excavation documentation, especially online databases, are also useful. The online database can be used by experts who are far away from the area where the materials are stored. After excavation, there are specialists who will be preparing the report of the excavation. So they need to look at the original excavated materials and the other details and contacts. They may want to consult some information. So it is better you put all the details related to excavation documentation in an online database. In that case, any expert who has any doubt can directly go to the database and consult the context of the material that he or she is studying. These are some of the important points related to archaeological documentation. I hope I have covered almost all the aspect of documentation, but there are many more ideas are coming. People are innovating always, and more elements are being documented. More and more tools are introduced. You have to read more literature. If you have any doubt, you can consult the e-content material which goes with this particular module. If you have more questions and queries, you can log on to EPG Pathasala. Thank you.